fastest things on the field, and a Charizard that is also much faster than Primarina or Porygon 2 outside of Trick Room.
Right, and this Charizard is also Terra Fire, so there is no defensive Terra on it, which means that Primarina has a very good chance of just hitting it and not doing too
That's
much
crazy.
damage. Luckily, still alive.
Oh, when
The
Kanto Suns trying to get off the Pledge combo.
double pledge combo going off onto the P2, knowing that it is a very tanky mon. Good evening and welcome to First Pace. I am your host, Dokodomo, and here at the analyst desk with me today is Thorax. Thorax, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good, Doko. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling pumped. I feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins after, you know,
Right.
taking care of our previous host.
Right. Let's address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, Super Slow is not here today. We have sent him to an early retirement. And so we shall do our best to make First Pace much cooler. Editor?
Yes, rest
Can you
in power. Rest
in power, yes. Editor, can you give us some sunglasses? Editor, also add an explosion to the back, make us look cool. Editor, can you make me do a backflip?
Wait, we could just tell the editor what to do?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, they just gotta edit stuff for us, right? So just say whatever.
Alright, just add some eagle noises then. That's all I want.
Hell yeah. Alright, well, let's get moving then. So today we have an exciting match between the Kanto Suns and the Alola Islanders. Let's take a look at the teams. So here we have the teams and their current records. Kanto Suns, currently 2-0, very strong team. The Alola Islanders, 1-1, very respectable performance.
Yeah, Kanto Suns leading the pack. It's been the most consistent team. It's the team I've picked. It's the team I'm going to stick with all the way through the tournament. They've been taking all their matches in dominating fashion, and my prediction is they're going to be doing the same here.
Yeah, the Kanto Suns are a very strong favorite. However, the Alolan Islanders do have some big threats in Primarina and Ursaluna. I feel like Venusaur might have to play a very active role in trying to counteract those two.
Right. Something I do want to point out, though, Alola Islanders are a Trick Room heavy team, and the Kanto Suns have plenty of Pokemon that would love to be inside Trick Room. You have Torkoal, you have Ursaluna. They thrive in Trick Room. They could actually use that strategy against the Alola Islanders. So I'm thinking one of their main strategies is going to be taken away right off the bat. So
that is also very true. Anyways, let's move on to the actual pace of the teams. We are all familiar with these teams. We know how they work. I don't think we really need to linger on these. These are more just for reference. Kanto Suns, we've got the Specs Charizard, punching very hard, Jetpack Torkoal, Focus Sash Venusaur, Flame Orb Ursaluna, Life Orb Dragapult, and the Covert Cloak Grimmsnarl. Moving on. Take it away.
and over here we have the Alola Islanders. We have straight up Trick Room team. Kommo-o is going to be Ursaluna are the main offensive threats on this team. Is Cineroar, Sinistra as the support. Porygon 2 is what this team lives and dies by, setting up that Trick Room for their sweepers. And Primarina is like a flex position, especially that Haze can really set back opponents if they're trying to boost up their attacks.
Right. So let's move on to the battle.
Alright. Here at the Pokemon Select, trainers going for Dragapult first and Torkoal. Doko, who do you think there's going to be in the back?
in the back, I do think that you can't really go without Charizard, right? And I do think that... Oh, they're changing things up. Switching to the Dragapult, Grimmsnarl, Ursaluna. Oh, no. The trainer is struggling to pick what is going to be his team. Very understandable, I think.
I think they're just trying to take the pieces and see what they can make out of them. I think if you're bringing the Sun, I think they're ready to lock in now. Venusaur, Torkoal, Grimmsnarl, Charizard in the back. I think they're just trying to go for disruption. Venusaur with the Chlorophyll ability is going to be able to send Sleep Powders on Porygon to disrupt the entire team. Don't let them get that strategy off. And, you know, the Torkoal has that option. If the Incineroar comes in on the other side, it could just eject out and Charizard just come right in and start sweeping. So I'm not sure if Grimmsnarl would be the best in the back. Oh.
Oh my god. And he just wipes everything out again.
We have a whole new... Yeah.
I want to know what the thoughts going on is, because they're just running a million miles
Right, because that was a bit of a
there.
scramble. Yeah, that was a really, really tough scramble. But I do like the core they picked. Grimmsnarl, Dragapult is one of their common leads. Torkoal and Charizard in the back is just guaranteed KOs. So
Yeah,
they're going... It's pretty hyper offensive.
That is true. I already mentioned earlier, but I do worry about the lack of Venusaur here. Oh,
right.
Sinistra,
You know,
P2. One of them's getting
so maybe
out.
Right. And honestly, I also question the lack of Venusaur just because Sleep Powder is pretty effective. You could Sleep Powder the Porygon, and had you gone with the Torkoal, you could then overheat eruption. You could overheat into the opposing Sinistra. So, curious to see what happens here. Trainers making their selections. Dragapult going for the Phantom Force.
Sinistra going for the Rage Powder. I don't actually know. Do you know if the Rage Powder would redirect the Dragon Darts, both Dragon Darts to it?
I'm not sure of that interaction. Why don't we ask our fancy new editors to pull up the fact?
Yeah, editor, fact check for us.
Yeah. Do some work, nerd. Alright, trainers locking in their selections. So far, very little damage has been done. Actually, none has been dealt at all.
Yeah, the Dragapult has disappeared from the field, trying to be all sneaky. But that is about it.
Right, and Phantom Force, it's an obvious attack. You know what slot it's going to go into.
There's the
trainer
withdrawal.
making the switch. Right. And going into Primarina should take that fairly well. I think it would survive.
Yeah, it should definitely survive.
Terra coming out. So Terra coming out on the Porygon 2. Going for
Flying.
Terra flying. I think we jumped the gun here on the Terra, but because that normal typing is so valuable.
Yeah, I don't know what Terra flying is protecting against, or even offensing against. Terra flying, Terra Blast
well, Terra
into...
Blast.
I feel like normal Terra Blast would have also been just as effective. That did a lot of damage.
That's bad. That hurt. And Porygon 2 just sending out a very weak Terra Blast. Grimmsnarl setting itself up, setting its teammates up. And I think Dragapult's free to pretty much go for... I think it's free to go for Phantom Force again if Primarina Moonblast into an empty slot. Or if it chooses to go for Grimmsnarl. I think it's pretty safe.
Yeah, Ice Beam coming out. Doing... Oh my god.
So no Phantom Force. Win the freeze.
That is very unfortunate. The Spirit Break coming out, knocking down the
Grimmsnarl
Primarina though.
Oh no, but that freeze, that is one of the oh
Wait,
and the
thawed
one
out.
turn thaw.
What? Okay.
What? I did
Freeze
not
didn't
expect
even
that.
matter. Never mind. Freeze didn't matter at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. That was just wow. That was just to tease us.
Wait, is that just a 50-50 flip? Editor, what's the chance of defrosting?
Oh man, I don't even want to think about it. I feel like anytime I get frozen, I am frozen for the entirety of the game.
Oh, it's either
I don't even,
like
I
you're
don't. I
frozen
feel like it
until
doesn't
you're
even
dead.
have. Exactly. I don't even think it has a. I don't feel like it has a timer like sleep, but editor, see if it has a timer. Pull that up.
Anyways,
All right, our
Torkoal
trainer
coming
going
out for
out
the
for
Kanto
Kommo-o.
Suns.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough position. A paralyzed Porygon 2, a Kommo-o that's going to be weak to that Spirit Break. Grimmsnarl set up. There's not a lot of damage being dealt, and you know I think the Kanto Suns are in a really strong position right now.
Right. The Torkoal is out. Sun is now set up. Can just go for. Oh, Helping Hand. Spirit Break.
Oh wow, yeah, Spirit Break into which target? Porygon 2 going first. That's crazy that Porygon 2 is the fastest thing on the field.
Spirit Break.
Spirit Break.
One-shotting the Kommo-o with that
Ooh.
helping. Oh, the crit. Does the crit matter?
That didn't matter. Grimmsnarl is an insanely beefy Pokemon. That Spirit Break would have done a lot. I think the Helping Hand was necessary though. Actually, no,
Yeah.
it was. That's force time super effective. No, absolutely not. That
I think that was just for insurance.
yeah.
But yeah, now back to the original lead. Sinistra and Porygon 2 back out onto the field together.
Yeah, I don't. What do you do here? Torkoal's in such a good position. Trick Room should not be set up. Porygon's already shown it's the fastest thing on the field. I can't imagine the Sinistra is any faster. So
Well, you mean slower.
or well slower. Well, if they decide to use Trick Room, but
Oh no, Trick Room's already up.
Torkoal going with the Trick Room's already up. Okay, so Torkoal's going first. And that's one of the things I mentioned in the beginning before we even started our match was Kanto Suns have the opportunity to steal Trick Room from them without even using it themselves. Torkoal's one of the slowest Pokemon in the game, and you just saw that when they have Trick Room up and Torkoal's able to get in there from the back line, it can start going for overheats and doing some damage.
Right. Ice Beam coming out, hitting Grimmsnarl for chip damage.
Spirit Break not doing much,
also
but
just chip.
Right. Light screens down. Trick Room is over. Porygon 2's weakened. Dragapult's facing it down. Grimmsnarl's facing it down. I think this is it. This is, if not our last turn, this is our second to last turn.
Yeah. Porygon 2 can it carry the team on its back? Unfortunately, probably not when it's a 3v1.
No.
Or is it a 4v1?
Absolutely not.
Jeez, that does a lot of
I
damage.
think this is the 4-0, yeah. And that's something that we've seen before the Kanto Suns uses that Terra Dragon Dragapult. Just in the combination of the item, training, Terra, those Dragon Darts are some of the hardest hitting attacks in this entire tournament.
Absolute devastating damage. P2 setting up the Trick Room just so that it can recover and try to stall out longer.
Okay, but that's also important. While I mentioned Dragapult's power, the defense of Porygon 2 is utterly insane.
Yeah,
One of the
I
most
don't think it's
valuable
enough to live
items
here,
in the
though.
game. It's not, but in general, things that would knock out other Pokemon, Porygon 2 can take two more hits of, one more hit of. The Eviolite's such a great item on it. You know, if you're not running a knockoff Pokemon, it's going to be hard to take it off the field in, you know, 1 or 2 turns. So Kanto Suns take game 1. That was absolute belt to ass. Um, I'm excited to see what the Alolan Islanders do. Trick Room might not be an option here, but I'm not sure if the core of Kommo, Incineroar, Sinistcha, and Primarina can handle the power of the Kanto Suns. I don't know. I don't know how you beat the Kanto Suns with what I'm genuinely curious how this turns out.
So, I mean,
Like
in
back
the
to Team
previous game,
Select.
yeah, back to Team Select. In the previous game, we did see Torkoal made great use of the Trick Room. So, Kanto Suns, even though they don't set it up themselves, they are more than welcoming of Trick Room being set up.
Right. I'm seeing Kanto Sun's selection right now. The Torkoal Venusaur is what we both wanted in that first game. And obviously Charizard is going to come in just for the damage. And I saw the hovering over Ursaluna. And I think that would be interesting if the Alolan Islanders don't make the adjustment of having Porygon too.
Right. Dragapult did a lot. Oh, okay, I was going to say Dragapult did do a lot in the first game, but was going to be taking a backseat this time. This time, though, Grimmsnarl being swapped out for the Venusaur, I do wonder, Grimmsnarl did provide a lot in being able to one-shot the Kommo-o. So I do wonder how the Kanto Suns will answer against Kommo-o in this game.
You do have another game to play with. So one of the things that you could do as a trainer is just go with something different, see what they're going to counter with. The first game was so strong that you could just bring it back game 3 if you don't feel like they've made enough adjustments. So
That is very
Dragapult,
true.
Torkoal up against Sinistcha, Porygon 2. Dragapult looking to maybe do select U-turn onto Porygon 2, which I don't know why they wouldn't just go with Dragon Darts unless they're scared they're just going to go for Trick Room right away.
Right, Rage Powder coming out from the Sinistcha. I mean, Torkoal's just going to, like, overheat into Sinistcha and knock it out, right? That's what I'm assuming.
Right. Well, something interesting is just talking about the bulk of Porygon 2. The Kanto Suns trainer knows that a Dragon Darts is not going to knock it out in one hit. Double targeting it might not be able to knock it out. Sinistcha with the Rage Powder getting... it was never going to survive the overheat, so clearly the Alolan Islanders are trying to get off the Trick Room.
Right.
I'm calling it right now.
Both games, double Trick Room setter lead. There's no way they're not setting Trick Room up. That said, Kanto Suns is now going with the double starter lead.
In the sun. Ooh.
Now, Venusaur is now
setting up the Trick Room.
slowest thing ever.
Right. And you know what's crazy? Having the Torkoal in front was so great, but that eject pack might have actually done damage because it's forced out a Venusaur that is going to be one of the fastest things on the field, and a Charizard that is also much faster than Primarina or Porygon 2 outside of Trick Room.
Right, and this Charizard is also Terra Fire, so there is no defensive Terra on it, which means that Primarina has a very good chance of just hitting it and not doing too much damage. Luckily, it's still alive.
Oh, when Kanto Sun's trying to get off the Pledge combo.
Double Pledge combo going off onto the P2, knowing that it is a very tanky mon, trying to get as much damage onto it as possible, and also setting up the chip with the burn.
Right. And honestly, I was questioning why that they had stayed in, or at least one of them stayed in. You know, Venusaur does have Protect, it could have stalled a little bit, but I do like the Pledge combination. It's setting themselves up for an end game. They have Dragapult in the back. One of the main things they have to do is get rid of the Primarina, because in Trick Room, Primarina is going to decimate the Dragapult. So if they can pivot Torkoal in, or like pivot Dragapult in and somehow take out that Primarina before it can start hitting your late game sweepers, I think the Kanto Suns still can be in this.
The Charizard swapping
All
out,
right.
going for the Torkoal.
All right, Torkoal coming in. Sun's already up. Venusaur protecting. Trying to scout, stay a little bit longer on the field. Porygon 2 going for recover. Yeah, that bulk is insane. The power level in this tournament. Yeah,
Torkoal should live.
it's not enough to one shot this. Yeah.
So now Kanto Suns does
Pledge
have
damage.
Torkoal out, which is going to be able to go first next turn. Trying to
Right, so
get a little bit
Torkoal
of that speed
fastest thing out in the
control.
field. So going for a double protect, I don't know if that's the play.
Yeah, that's not the best move, although that might also be the only move, trying to stall out the Trick Room as much as possible. The one
I
problem
mean, it's such a
is
low
that
percentage.
it is a low percentage, and I think Venusaur is very important to specifically take out that Primarina, and it needs to be preserved. Unfortunately,
Although,
double protecting not working
The
there.
alternate. Yeah, well, the alternate is Dragapult comes in and just takes, it could have been a Moon Blast to the face, and that just kind of ends the game there. So you could see if you get the protect off, fine, you delay Trick Room one more turn while Torkoal kind of. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. If you get the protect off and Torkoal protected, you're losing a turn of Trick Room where Torkoal could just have attacked. So,
although Torkoal's
yeah,
not really doing
so
anything
I
to
guess
Primarina, and P2 is always going to be able to recover those, so I don't know how useful it would have been even if they attacked.
right.
I don't know.
Well,
Kanto
none
Suns
of that
don't seem
happened.
to be in
So
a
now
great position.
Dragapult just switched in. No, the Kanto Suns are starting to. I think they're starting to sweat a little bit, even though it's a tie in Pokemon numbers. I think the Alola Islanders really set themselves up. They set their field up really well to take down the Kanto Suns.
Yeah, Kanto Suns don't have a great answer to Primarina now that Venusaur is gone. There is the Shadow Sneak from Dragapult that we have seen in the previous game do a respectful amount of damage.
Oh, the
That's
Phantom
really
Force.
about it.
That's Phantom Force.
Or Phantom Force, yeah. What did I say? Shadow Snake?
Yeah, it's Shadow Sneak, which will do nothing. Dragon Dart's coming out of the Dragapult, hitting the P2, and going for the smart targeting double hit. Sunlight has faded, so
should
now
also
water
fade.
moves. Right, so now the water moves are going to be starting to hurt.
The Fire is now
Oh,
gone.
and the play.
Everything just ended that turn.
Everything is so we're just resetting. Honestly, we really are just resetting the board here.
Yeah, just
Porygon
a
and
lot
Torkoal
less
are
health
close to
and
the
minus
same
one
health.
one.
Right, and Primarina, if I'm, editor, fact check this. Primarina hasn't switched out, so it does have that, it does still have all that health. It's holding a Mystic Water. It's going to be doing a lot if Porygon 2 can set up that Trick Room one more time. Or at least delay setting the Trick Room until the Torkoal's off the field, and then just set up the sweep with Primarina and setting up the Trick Room one last time. But does the Porygon 2 have enough health? Ooh.
That might have been a mistake right there. Trying to preserve the Dragapults. Not getting the KO on the Porygon. Primarina's going to be able to move before the Torkoal and knock it out potentially.
Yeah, and then Porygon 2. Oh, and the Icy Wind. Wow, that was a really big risk just because, yeah, Icy Wind, 90% accuracy, though it feels like it's probably even less. Porygon 2 going for the recover instead of the Trick Room. I mean, that's fine. Okay, that body press does a good amount of damage, but this Porygon 2 just will not go down.
That
And
that turn
Primarina is
basically
just in a great spot.
it is. That turn effectively Charizard died and that was it. That was the only thing that happened.
Yeah, it didn't click one move.
Kanto Suns just losing
Wow. What?
Mon for basically free.
Yeah, I think the Alolan Islanders made some really, really great calls. Um, I think their leads were so strong. The Sinistra did get knocked out in one hit, but it was able to help set up the Trick Room, which started to help get their momentum going.
Yeah, this is going a little into discussions for a potential game 3, but like Primarina, they just finally were able to take it down right there with Dragon Ball. But like Primarina poses such a big problem to the Kanto Suns. The most optimal counter being Venusaur gets immediately shut down by Trick Room getting set up. Like, I feel like Kanto Suns is going to always struggle against Primarina if it ever has another matchup against it.
Well, it's looking like we're going to head to a game 3, but I don't want to, send the chickens before the roost or whatever that dumbass saying is. But
well, I mean, we do
see them.
P2 and Ursaluna.
Right, and we do see that the Kanto Suns they're starting to backpedal a little bit. That Ursaluna is in prime position to start sweeping with Earthquake, Facade.
The
Ursaluna going for Terra Ghost. Okay, are you scratching your head like I? That's yeah. What are you? This happened game 1. The Alolan Islanders made some crazy Terra, and the Dragon Ball has it could have gone for Phantom Force. I know you never would, but the fact that the Ursaluna did it when Ghost is super effective on Ghost.
Right, that is
insanity.
A little questionable.
Okay, but a headlong rush takes the KO, so
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, but these kinds of decisions, if they had targeted the Torkoal, then Phantom Force would have been able to probably one-shot the Ursaluna.
Yes, that is given the fact that the Ursaluna doesn't protect, but yes. However, getting rid of the Dragapult and leaving only Torkoal behind, Kanto Suns is definitely in a difficult position. The Flamemore proccing, boosting Ursaluna's attack even more with Guts. Overheat missing. Just insult to injury as it gets taken down.
Yeah. Yeah, that might have been able to do something if there was a crit, but a questionable late game decision by the Alolan Islanders, but regardless, they put themselves in such a strong position that they were able to take game 2 pretty convincingly. I would say you could see the pincers like closing in. The Kanto Suns right now don't have any damage dealers. That Porygon 2 is going to be able to recover and recover and recover. It's going to out-recover the damage given to it by the Grimmsnar and Torkoal, while Primarina just attacks from the side.
Yeah, I don't know how much I agree with that sentiment of targeting the P2 there. So, we are now currently recording. Make sure to get all your slurs out beforehand.
The name is Big Dick Randy. Yeah.
Good evening.
We are in
damn it. Damn it, Doshay. All right. Let's try to start here. We'll see how many bloopers we'll leave for Mr. Super Slow. All right. Good evening and welcome to First Pace. I am your host, Doko